Hello again, Struck October has a ton of upcoming games, and this is where my Struck list and Struck list special videos come very handy, because it could be very troublesome and time consuming sorting out through those upcoming releases in the various stores. This video is focused on city builder and various types of sim games. I've decided to just shortly name it builder and sim um, when it comes to upcoming games. Yeah, there's all sorts of city builders, all sorts of crafting games such as like Potionomics, where you're crafting potions similar to Potion Maker but without the fighting. There's 2D, 3D, and all sorts of sandboxy experiences you could enjoy, medieval, modern, and so on. So I hope you enjoy the 10 games in this video. Buckle up and let's go. The first game on the list is called Civitas or Civitas. It has no trailers that I could find, but there is a developer broadcast you could watch on Steam. As far as platforms go for this game, I have only found information about an upcoming release for Steam. This release is on the 5th of October 2022 as an early access title, developed and published, so a true indie game, by the same studio, Sharp and Studio. And it looks like an interesting city builder, a city and world builder game inspired by Renaissance map artwork. Using procedurally formed landscapes, this sandbox style game allows you the freedom to bring your medieval and Renaissance cities to life without the pressure of survival. Escape into a world of your own creation. A little bit about what to expect. It's taking an iterative development approach, is what they're saying. And there was a demo, which again, it has been removed for now. But the first major update during early access will introduce resources, patrons, and CVs into the game. This will bring Civitas alive, creating a sense of progression and purpose for your cities. Once the game reaches this stage, players will build and evolve interconnected communities across their world, from tiny hamlets to thriving metropolises. The final update for the full launch of the game will further expand and polish content, enhance performance optimization, and introduce mod support for the community to extend the game's life through their own creative additions. This last bit is very good. Indie games can thrive on community-made content. Quickly summary of the features. Open your atlas. Map nerds. Rejoice. Civitas is a game inspired by those iconic lithographic bird's eye view maps of the Renaissance era created by legendary cartographers including John Speed, Georg Braun, and Franz Hogenberg. It's time to thrive, not merely survive. It's a game about the freedom to build without the pressures to survive. Escape into a thriving world of your own creation. Create a vast landscape and plot the land to your liking. You can build multiple civiti on 16 square kilometer map tiles. You can plan and build a utopia from humble medieval hamlets to bustling Renaissance cities. You can chart the course of society to prosper and lead your cities to enlightenment, and every plot tells a story. Sandbox, growth, or discovery modes. Choose your path of progression with Sandbox, Free Build mode, Tech Tree Growth, or discover an uncharted landscape. So yeah, it seems like a very promising project. I wish they would make a trailer, because there isn't much time. If they want to launch into early access, they need to make an early access launch trailer and start marketing, because they're already very late to the marketing train, but hopefully they still find a lot of people showing interest in that game. Moving on from a city builder into one of the craft related sims, the sim games. This is more of a live sim with some crafting and farming elements. Kodo Island, coming on the 11th of October 2022 as an early access title as well. Developed by Stairway Games, published by Humble Games. Kodo Island is a vibrant and laid-back reimagining of farm sim games. Be who you want and experience enhancing island living at your own pace. Live off the land, nurture animals, build relationships with a diverse cast of townsfolk, and make the world around you a more vital. And Steam is cutting off the text here, so I need to scroll down a little to figure out what they mean for that. Help revitalize the nearby town and its surrounding coral reefs, and forge relationships with vibrant community and more than 50 fellow people who call Coral Island home. The game looks fun. Regarding features, I'm gonna quickly list them and then in detail read about some of them. So build your dream farm, write your own story, be yourself, befriend a diverse cast of islanders, find that special someone, restore an island once paradise, catch of the day, dive the ocean and mine the caverns. Regarding diving and mining, you can go diving to restore the coral rift or mine precious gemstones in the cavern. Whatever you decide to do, you find loot to hone your tools and upgrade the quality of your livestock and crops. Island living has a lot of perks, including being just a stone's throw away from fun activities like hunting for insects and catching fish. You can make Coral Island a better place for everyone. Take part in community projects to liven up the town, expand the local museum, and discover how to restore heritage sites, increase the town's rank, and your community will thrive. There are also 20 singles who are ready to mingle, so you can build relationships with them off their feet and find the one. And when you're ready, embark on a new chapter of your story together at the farm. As I mentioned, 50 plus characters from all walks of life are on Coral Island. You can also choose from a wide variety of outfits, accessories, and physiques. You'll find plenty of options to express yourself, find your style, and be whoever you want to be. The story changes with each passing season, but life just goes with the flow. Spend your days exploring or find that special someone in town to build a life together. Save the seas, brave monster-filled caverns, or focus on perfecting your farm. It's all up to you. Solid, solid suggestion, installment, or whatever one wants to call it. Solid game if you're into that live sim farming sim mixture. From Wash Islands, we are now taking a deep dive into space. Deep space, that is. Stardeus is a deep colony sim set on a broken starship manned by drones and hibernating human survivors. As the AI, have your drones repair your ship, save your crew, and travel the stars in this beautiful simulation that is coming on the 12th of October 2022, developed by Kodo Linija or Linija, depending on the language, and published by Paradox Arc, which is a sub-company, daughter company of Paradox Entertainment. And there is a downloadable demo that I strongly recommend downloading and testing if you are showing interest in the game ahead of its launch. So, inspired by the Factorio and Rimworld, Stardeus is a deep colony sim set on a broken starship, as I mentioned. I'm not gonna reread everything. As the immortal AI, you will have your drones repair the ship, save or exploit your human crew, and travel the stars in this beautifully complex simulation of a procedurally generated universe. With only a handful of drones at your disposal, salvage, repair, and rebuild your destroyed ship and restore life support before the crew suffocates in the vacuum of space. Design and rebuild your ship according to your own needs and desires. Balance the onboard systems of oxygen, heat, and power to ensure long-term survival. Process resources into useful components to maintain and expand your ship's facilities. Grow crops and turn the harvest into food for your awakening colonists. Generate energy to power your ship and create a robust interconnected system. Use and expand your massive computing power to research alien technologies, discover new ways to survive the harsh universe, and take care of or exploit your human crew. Once powered and crewed by skilled colonists, take your ship on an odyssey to explore and mine the procedurally generated planets and systems of a vast universe. You can also prepare for the worst, hope for the best, live through an endless number of events and encounters introduced by the story generating AI. be it alien face huggers, benevolent traders, or pirates. Always be vigilant and deal with whatever happens the way you choose. So Stardeus seems like a very nice early access suggestion that's coming on the 12th of October. And yeah, again, download the demo if you're showing interest. The next game I want to bring to your attention is called A Hero's Rest. Comes on the 12th of October 2022, and it seems to be a true indie game developed and published by Vanargand Games. Build shops, craft items with hundreds of customization options, and manage your resources wisely to lead your heroes to success. Immerse yourself as proprietor of a medieval fantasy town in a world abounding with heroes and monsters. It's an early access release on the 12th of October, and you can also download the demo from Steam right now, which I do suggest strongly if you're showing interest in the game. Heroes Rest will put your management skills to the test as you fight to grow your town's popularity while tending to your hero's needs and His Majesty's demands. Unleash your creativity and build your shops across multiple landscapes from cozy little taverns to huge training grounds. The choice is yours. Each shop brings a boon to your town, providing you with new ways to gather resources or interact with your heroes' fates. Supply your shops with the necessary upgrades and decorations to push your town's popularity to new heights. Craft gear across 13 and soon 16 different categories and thousands of customization options. Level up your crafting stations and provide higher quality gear for your heroes. Display your crafted gear across your shop's various displays and watch your heroes wear the equipment they purchased. Heroes have a mind of their own and little regard for their safety. You'll need to make sure to send heroes on quests that they can conquer or they will find their demise. Send the heroes on quests to gather resources for you to overcome the dangers that threaten your town. Watch them grow from inexperienced adventurers to powerful heroes and create a personal attachment to those that stand out. Use the tools provided to you by shops like the Innkeeper and the Apothecary to influence the fate of your heroes and secure their strategy. The land of Felonia needs you. What are you waiting for? Well, for the release date for once. So yeah, 12th of October, yeah, Heroes Rest. Now comes another interesting sim city builder capitalism kind of economy game called Super Company. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any footage of this game, be it a trailer, be it a developer playing the game or someone else testing the game. It's very disappointing that there isn't even a Twitter or some place where I could try and find the information and contact the studio. In any case, let's tell you more about the game. Coming on the 13th of October 2022, developed and published a true indie game by the same studio, Dawn Studio. Early access, so expect bugs, glitches, unfinished, missing content or features when the game comes out. You will act as an entrepreneur in the 1990s, producing all kinds of goods that citizens need, providing residential and educational services for citizens, carry out international trade and upgrade industries. You should choose the right development strategy to grow the company. So yeah, definitely an interesting strategic management game stimulating the development of those enterprises. You will start from agriculture, establish a planting farm or a breeding farm, and sell milk, fruit, and meat to small town residents. You will get the first cash income. Some raw materials, such as leather, corn, cotton, and so on, cannot be sold directly to small town residents. You can export them through the port, and you will get the first foreign exchange income. Of course, you can also set up various factories and process them into food, clothing, etc., required by the residents of the factories. You can also have a diversified operation. Your goal is to develop the company into a super enterprise, so diversification is essential. There will be 9 types of subsidiaries in the game, including agriculture, food industry, mining industry, energy and chemical industry, boating industry, household goods industry, electronics industry, automobile industry, and real estate industry. There will be 88 kinds of goods, 43 kinds of consumer goods needed by small town residents, 45 kinds of raw materials, and semi-finished products in the game. There's also multiple development strategies. How do you decide to develop priorities of different subsidiaries? How do you plan the transportation route between factories? How do you spend every foreign exchange income? Buy parents to develop new industries or train more highly educated talents to improve factory, not parents, patents, buy patents to develop new industries or train more highly educated talents to improve factory efficiency. The population of a small town will affect the demand for goods. How will you attract more people? Can we produce enough goods or reduce the rent? Do you have the potential to be an excellent entrepreneur? Can the company succeed under your leadership? Come and have a try, is what they're telling you to do. Well, give us some trailers, please. Give us at least some gameplay footage. If you can't do a trailer, gameplay footage would definitely be appreciated. So 13th of October, Super Company. What do you say when there is someone at the gates bringing you good stuff? Well, you say open the gates. Become king of your own castle in this strategic side-scrolling castle builder game. Manage the economy, build defenses, and keep your citizens happy. Control diverse armies and fight in large-scale real-time strategy battles. The release date is 17th of October 2022, another true indie game developed and published by Robin van der Horst, and another game that has a playable demo on Steam, which I strongly recommend testing for yourself if you're interested in the game. Side-scrolling real-time strategy city builder with a medieval setting. Pretty nice combination of tax. Street houses, inns, jail houses, hospitals, and more to keep your citizens happy. Build lumber camps, quarries, and charcoal makers to supply your kingdom with resources. Rule and manage your castle. Hire falconers to get rid of rats and place guards posts to catch criminals. Construct walls and towers to stop the enemy and prevent them from breaking into your castle. Fend off massive sieges and upgrade your defenses. Use siege weapons such as the waterman, the catapult, and the siege tower to besiege enemy castles. Construct hot air balloons to explore the skies and travel between majestic floating islands. Build settlements in unique locations. There are green fields, hot deserts, volcanic craters, and more to be explored. This game is a casual and linear single-player experience available at 26 levels across 6 different worlds, allowing for around 8 hours of gameplay in the main campaign. Additionally, there are 12 challenging siege mode levels, allowing for more gameplay after finishing the main campaign. So as long as they price this game right, I think many people would enjoy what this game manages to do with the mashup of genres and tax in one place. Do you love you some potion crafting and brewing? Well, Potionomics is the game for you if that is the case, but it also includes some deck building and trading mechanics. So kind of similar to what I recently played, the game called Potion Permit, but without the action RPG fighting elements and without that big massive city to explore. Potionomics. You've inherited your uncle's potion shop and a huge debt. Better get brewing. Customize your store. Hire heroes to gather ingredients. Befriend or romance fellow vendors to learn new haggling strategies and go head to head with competitors in this narrative driven deck building shop. I guess management. Steam is cutting off the text here. Game. So, yes, after the untimely death of her uncle, a penniless witch named Sylvia finds herself thrust into the role of potion proprietor. It's up to her to carry on her uncle's legacy and keep his potion shop afloat. Thankfully, she won't have to go it alone. With help from some new friends, Sylvia must hone her negotiation skills, outsell her craftiest competitors, and make her shop the number one potion destination in Rafta. It's all about mastering her finer points of potionomics. There is wheel and deal. Negotiations can be tense when every coin counts, but you manage Sylvia's stress with ease by playing your cards right. Develop friendships with adventurers and other shopkeepers on Rafta to learn even more advanced negotiation tactics. Choose the best ingredients to make even basic potions extraordinary, perfecting the taste and aroma to please your pickiest customers. But beware, if you aren't careful, you get some pretty gross results. Rafta, home to some of the world's most potent magic, is packed with big RPG personalities, each seeking a leg up in their adventures. Befriend and recruit them to help you level up your own potion game, but don't expect everyone to be friendly. Your shop, your rules. Make your shop really pop with customizable decor. Tile points aren't the only perk. Decorating your shop just right can improve your prices. Make better quality potions and more. And yes, it seems like a fun game. It looks nice. I like that art style. And I think it might be one of those hidden gems for October that are worth considering if you're into those sim games. From one weird and pleasant liquid, we're moving to another. Moonshine Inc., the first strategy management game in which you can become the best moonshiner there ever was. Who needs potions when you can create some nice moonshine? Build your unwoeful empire directly under the authorities' nose with 100 plus recipes, real fermentation methods and processes recreated. Remember, nothing is illegal until you get caught in this game. Need to stress on the in this game. 27th of October 2022 is the launch date. Now the developer and publisher is the same, so another true indie game. Quabater, Claybater. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I'm gonna say Quabater because it sounds good to me. The main goal of Moonshine Inc. is to recreate the life of a real American moonshiner as authentically as possible. Fermentation and distillation are simulated using exact formulas. With various goals, objectives, and product demands, you will be challenged to create the best moonshine and ensure the prosperity of your business by remaining discreet and not drawing the attention of the authorities. However, while your business grows, you will not escape the ever vigilant eye of the authorities. You will be harassed by corrupt sheriffs, a particular ATF agent, and even a corrupt governor calling for the new prohibition era. With the help of his younger sister Ellie Jane and old grand uncle Donald, you will have to face all the above and beyond, from the competition to the general challenge of fighting Johnny Woe. As you gain experience and accumulate cash, you expand your facility, perfect your craft, develop your distribution network, and face threats from the authorities who are determined to take you down. Who knows, maybe you will be the one dealing cards in this game one day. Do you have what it takes to become a moonshining legend? Create apparatus and recipes, both your own and those borrowed from legendary moonshiners who walked the Appalachian Mountains before you. There are more than 30 different moonshining machines and apparatuses to discover, plus their modification featured within a complete crafting system. Unveil the detailed technology tree and unlock new modifications for your equipment. Create more creative and more complex recipes in order to win over new customers. Try out different flavor profiles and crafting ideas you've always wanted to have a go at. Keep an eye on the entire distillation process of your spirits, making sure that you've chosen the right equipment for the right alcohol. Many factors affect the moonshine quality. Choose the heat source, set the flame rate, monitor the temperature, and decide on how much of each cut you get. Take care of distribution and equipping your garage with new cars. Better vehicles would obviously improve your, I guess, timing. And here I'm improvising, by the way. Customize them to upgrade their speed and capacity, and if necessary, have your employees take care of the repairs. With over 100 plus unique recipes to discover, it's up to your imagination what to brew. Experiment and mix different ingredients, add various, sometimes experimental yeast species, and find the perfect balance, perfecting the art of making moonshine, vodka, brandy, and whiskey. There's also over 50 different ingredients to choose from, so enjoy the variety. The storyline features a lot of twists and a cast of colorful characters. It all starts with you making the biggest mistake of your life, and then it only gets worse. The Red Flag police system, custom developed for the game, intelligently controls the behavior of the police and federal agents. And now we will be traveling back in time. TFM The First Man, a strategy simulation based on stories of the first man. Infinite possibilities await your very own Adam and Eve as they embark on a generation spanning adventure. How will you shape their future? Developed and published by Gathering 3, a true indie game, releasing sometime in October 2022 without specifying the date. It's an early access game, so expect bugs and glitches, unfinished and missing features, but let's tell you a little bit more about it. Um, it's a strategy simulation enriched with character-driven base building, party-based exploration, tactical real-time with post-combat, inspired by the creation stories, Knights and Merchants, and Realm World. A modern character-focused approach to old-school base building. Fun. Develop your region and tend to your settlement's needs with the help of various paths, constructions, relations, traditions, and bragging rights. Whip your characters into shape with infinitely varied possibilities that will echo for generations. Body, mind, heart, soul, and self attributes with hundreds of traits and skills offer rich and enormously diverse character progression. Choosing the right character to take the right path is the most important part, as they can be the doom or the boon of to your future. Regarding the exploration, team up your characters as you lead multiple parties in a role-playing game. Discover a living, breathing, and ever-changing world full of wonder that rewards exploration as you traverse, interact, and learn more about the multitude of races, authentic creatures, mythical creatures, and special characters you will encounter during your adventures. Prepare to be challenged by a real-time with post-combat system that rewards strong tactical thinking. Defend or attack in an unending cycle of war where adaptation is the key to success. Raise children, train warriors, synergize cooperative parties, distribute wood and shape their experience into beneficial feats. They are all important parts of your grand strategy. Don't forget, all subjects you encounter, whether be a gang of orcs, a pack of wolves, or a swarm of ghouls, each will have respective threats to overcome. Help reshape the ancient untold stories of how mankind started its ambitious journey of life. Campaign maps offer a simulation city builder colony sim experience where you embark on an adventure of your chosen story, fine-tuned and handmade to provide a strong sense of polished settings, plots, and characters with tailored events, conflicts, and endgame objectives. Skirmish maps offer a classic 4X game experience where you compete and cooperate with other settlements on balanced, optimized multiplayer maps to experience the classical shortened RTS adrenaline. All players start as a separate settlement in this map mode, whereas custom maps have deep roguelike mechanic in an RTS game, offering endless replayability where you define starting rules and modifiers and enjoy a procedurally generated randomized world that's never been explored by any of the first men before. The last game on the list is called Peasants, and it's another city builder, but with a twist, putting the focus of the game on the peasants who live and grow in your community. Cater for them, deal with their shortcomings, and just maybe they will thrive. It's releasing on the 1st of November 2022, but I still wanted to include it in this video and get it rounded up to 10 total games. So Mickey Games are developer and publisher, so another true indie game. It's a city builder for players who like to spend hours on making the best looking city they can, yet still have to cater to that element of micromanagement. In this game, you will have the ability to jump off grid and build a city reminiscent of old medieval villages with natural flowing organic growth, adapting to the terrain instead of controlling it. Start off at the basic level, a small camp in an unexplored land, and spend your time building it up to a bustling town full of peasants for you to please. Peasants also puts a focus on building up your villagers, keeping them happy, improving their skills, and utilizing them as best you can. Implementing a soft RPG system into each peasant allows them to have traits and skills that make them better or worse at certain tasks, jobs, or just living. Do you keep the old woman with words? She might be good at brewing potions, but nobody wants to live anywhere near her. Jump in, get lost in the world, and spend hours adding the little details that make your village your village. So yeah, it seems like an interesting game. Again, it's coming 1st of November, not really an October release, but at least there's plenty of other things to keep you busy until Peasants is there. Unfortunately, no demo, but it won't be early access, it will be a full release, so I'm definitely looking for a serious amount of polish and optimizations when Peasants is out. To get notified when I upload more content like this one or other builds and guides for Wooter and not so Wooter games, you can subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to not miss out on notifications. As well as keep in mind there's something called memberships on YouTube, which lets you be a paying member for my channel to get access to perks such as emotes and badges made by me, as well as the option to get one-on-one tutoring for the very basics of Adobe Photoshop, Premiere and After Effects. And memberships can be cancelled at any time if you no longer want to be a member. Thanks for watching all the way until the end, Struck Web. Keep it cool until next time, and goodbye.